pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you envision for yourself. Whoops. As I as I grabbed the wrong cord and almost pulled my phone is plugged in here, and I accidentally grabbed the cord and I damn near pulled the whole mess down on top of me. That would have been kind of funny, but also really embarrassing. But I even lost my train of thought. That was funny. So, journaling. I like with meditation, I'm either super on top of it or I don't do it at all. And I've noticed it's, everybody's been under a lot of pressure lately. I am finally, thank goodness, I am finally finding a way to work really well with my new boss. But there's still issues. I got a lot of health problems, y'all. It's very awkward. I've been with my employer a long time. And I understand that she's new, and I understand she doesn't know me, and she doesn't really know my situation. And I've been working remotely, so she literally doesn't know me. And I can see why it would be easy to think I'm trying to take advantage of my situation. But we're finally to a point where it was kind of funny. It was weird. When I got COVID, for some reason, when I got COVID, that completely broke the ice between us. And I didn't feel, she was just really kind and warm about the whole thing. And I hadn't felt that from her before. But she was so nice to me about, I'm getting way off track here, but I have a point. She was so kind to me about it, though, that I actually called her one day and I said, we really hit it off on the wrong foot, and I don't know exactly why, and I don't care exactly why, but I've always had a really good relationship with the person sitting in that chair, and it's really important to me that you and I find a way to work together. So we're going to go to lunch when the weather gets a little nicer. But my point is, I've been really stressed. My situation at work, which I will freely own, if you know me very well, I'm horrifyingly hard on myself. So I will own that I've blown this up in my mind to probably being a lot bigger deal than it was. But some of the things that were said initially made me really uncomfortable about taking time to go get my physical treatments that I need to function. And it's been a really difficult winter. And the weather, I'm 200 road miles from the Arctic Circle. I'm like 120 air miles. The weather sucks here in the winter. There's just no polite way to put it. But this winter was unusually bad. And even my brother, he lives about 100 miles away, but he freaking loves it here. I mean, he's so in his element, and he gets mad at me all the time. So I was like, I hate it here. I want to leave. But I was talking to him the other day, and he's like, oh my God, you know what? I think I might be done too. He wants a summer here, of course, but he's like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And where he lives, it's a lot harder to get through the winter than where I live because of, infrastructure issues. But anyway, it's been my very long point was, it's been a really freaking stressful winter. This fall, my dad and two of my brothers I have to laugh about it. They all three at the same time, they all almost died. We had just lost my mom. It's coming up on a year. It's been a difficult year. It's been a very difficult year. And unfortunately for me, when I get really stressed, I revert back to my old habits, which are not good habits. And I haven't been doing the things that I know I need to do for my mental health. And one of those things is journaling. Journaling makes a tremendous difference for me. This information, by the way, is from psychcentral.com. This stuff goes back to like 10th century Japan. If it's been around that long, there's obviously got to be something to it. There's increasing evidence that keeping a journal can have a positive impact on you physically. It boosts your immunity. What? No, it really does. It strengthens immune cells called T lymphocytes, which, of course, if you strengthen your immune cells, you're going to boost your immunity. If you have health issues, you know what? Journaling can help decrease asthma and rheumatoid arthritis symptoms. RA is an autoimmune disease. You know what else is an autoimmune disease? Hashimoto's. And guess what? I happen to have Hashimoto's. So why the hell wouldn't it help my Hashimoto's? Plus dealing with the fibromyalgia and all the, all the pain and, excuse me, all the bullshit that comes along with it, I need to keep a journal because I need somewhere to get, I don't want to take out my frustrations on other people. I don't want to ever be that. I'm saying I never have, but I don't ever want to be that person. So I'd rather get my notebook out and be like, oh, screw this and everything sucks and I hate the whole world. It's a much safer way to get that frustration off my chest. Anyway, let's talk about why you should consider keeping a journal. Number one, it's going to help you clarify your thoughts and feelings. Look, if you've been alive, you probably have a lot of crap going on in your head, especially the last couple of years. Hell, especially right now with all the insanity around the world. You need to get that shit off your chest. You need to find a way to process this. I am not by any stretch saying that a journal can replace therapy. It certainly cannot. But if you can't afford therapy, I'll tell you what, a journal is a hell of a lot better than just keeping all that inside of you. Don't edit or censor yourself. You've got all these thoughts in your mind and these feelings. Just get out a notebook. And when you first start, that blank page is intimidating. It is. Don't worry about that. If all you write is a couple of sentences, you'll be surprised if you can get over the, oh my gosh, I didn't do it good enough, which is kind of what I tend to do. But if you can get past that, you know what? You started. You did something really damned right. You started. And I'll bet you get a few things off your chest. It may not be the first night, but the second or third night or morning, depending on when you choose to journal. I bet you're going to start noticing. I always feel a difference in my anxiety level. People with fibromyalgia were stuck in a fight or flight state. Actually, it's fight, flight, or freeze, which I just learned recently. And gosh, damn it, I freeze, which is really bad. But if you, sorry, a noise I didn't expect in the yard, and there he goes. That's my neighbor. Anyway, it's going to help you clarify your thoughts and your feelings. So just write, and you'll be really surprised. It can give you such a different perspective on a problem that you've been struggling with maybe for quite a while. Just write. Just let it go. Just get out. Anything that you just want to go out and scream into the void, get it out on a piece of paper. Number 2 reason why you should consider keeping a journal, it helps you know yourself. This might sound silly, but a lot of us, we don't know. We don't know the things that make us feel confident. We don't really know, especially if you're dealing with health issues or a loved one is dealing with really severe health issues. You probably haven't given a moment's thought to your happiness in a while, but you need to. Keeping a journal is going to help you see what makes you feel confident, what makes you happy, even in the turmoil. And you know what? The things that make you feel that way in the midst of a turmoil, that's important. That's important to recognize. It's important to know, because that's a tool in your belt. When shit gets overwhelming, you can see, you know what? I need to look to this. It shows you what's going to make you feel confident and happy. For those of us with the health issues, that's really, really beneficial, because it's easy to get lost in all this. It's easy to you kind of can lose your identity when it's just doctor's appointment after doctor's appointment after doctor's appointment. And I live in the far north. It gets to the point in the winter, honestly, where that's my social life. I have built strong relationships with my doctor's clinics, so that when I walk in there, everybody's happy to see me. I get hugs every time I go to the doctor. Even when I go to the big clinic, which I think of as very impersonal, my doctors hug me. I like that. That's what I want. I went way off track there. But my long point is, when you're dealing with a lot of health stuff, it's so easy to get lost in that. You can't do that. You deserve better than that. So keep a journal, because then when the things get really deep and it's dark, you can turn back through the pages and you can remember, you know what? I need to go do this again because it made me feel good. It made me happy. Another good reason you should keep a journal, it gives you a lot of clarity regarding toxic people and situations. Now, one of my mentors who I really love, and she was my first mentor, truly, Chalene Johnson, she doesn't like to say people are toxic. I can be very Pollyanna-ish. If you know me at all, you probably know that. But, Yeah, I vehemently disagree with that. Some people are just not, they're not good for you. That's not saying they don't have good qualities. That's saying that when you guys are together, they're not good to you. They make you feel bad about yourself. You need to get clarity about those people. You need to get clarity about their role in your life, and you need to get clarity about boundaries you can set with them, because even if it's family, you can set boundaries. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable. Everybody, in my opinion, should be working on themselves, but for goodness sakes, if you have health issues, you have got to work on yourself, because if you don't, you're going to fall into that freaking pit of depression, and it's going to be so gosh damn hard to pull yourself back out of that. That is a voice of experience talking to y'all. You have got to work on yourself, because you know what? Okay, you got health issues. Okay, you got a reason to be pissed off. Now what are you going to do? Are you just going to be pissed off all the time? Where the hell do you think that's going to get you? Get a damn notebook and keep it by your bed and get all that stuff off your chest so you can go out and be a better person. So you can go out. Today I was completely exhausted, and I did have to do some rearranging in my schedule, but you know what? I still made time to do things that were good for me, for things that make me happy, make me feel confident, because that stuff's important. And you know what? I thought I was going to move several months ago, and I packed my journal away. Yeah, and obviously I didn't move. I still have the same paneling. I obviously didn't move. But I had packed my journal away. I just got it out the other day. I haven't opened it yet, but I just got it out the other day. It was so shocking to realize I put that away so many months ago, and the interim has been really damned rough. But I'm glad I have it out. Anyway, number 3, journaling can help you solve problems. Sorry, I'm having a day. Journaling can help you solve problems. The physical act of writing occupies your analytical left brain, which frees up your creative right brain. And I just did that backwards. But maybe it was right on your side. But this can lead to, again, to unexpected solutions to problems you've been struggling with. And that's why I'm talking about it, because I am struggling with a lot of crap right now. And you know what I found out recently, and it's horrifying to know? I'm addicted to anxiety. I figured this out a few months ago, about 6-7 months ago, maybe a year ago. It's not a good realization. And I'll tell you what, it's a hard thing to get over. But I'll also tell you, I'm getting off track again. Surprise. But I really noticed a few things have happened last week, and they're things that normally would have really sent me into a massive anxiety spiral, and I would have been agitated to the point of a physical reaction. And with both of them, it was like, well, I would have rather that didn't happen, but here we are. And I was okay with it. And they may not sound like much, but that's really big for me, because I am so addicted to anxiety. And you know what's made the difference for me? My time with God. So make of that whatever you need to. Anyway, I need to start journaling again, because I need to figure out why the hell I'm not doing the things that I need to do. Like keeping my journal, like meditating regularly. I've been meditating, but it's been very hit or miss. I do yoga 3 or 4 nights, then I'll skip 3 or 4 nights, and I'll do yoga for 3 or 4 nights. Well, I need to be more consistent. Journaling helps me with that. It helps me stay focused on why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing, especially working on myself, because that stuff is hard. It really does. Number 4, journaling is such a safe, effective way to deal with emotions. Look, sometimes you're just handed a raw deal. You are. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that life is all sunshine and roses. For God's sakes, I know better than that. Even I'm not that naive. You need a way to deal with stress. You need a way to deal with stress where you're not inflicting it on anybody else. You're not, there's no harm going out. You're just getting it off your chest. You know what? Your notebook is never going to tell your secrets. Your journal is never going to, it's up to you what to do with that information. I recommend you keep them. I recommend you go back through them, because you can learn a lot about yourself. Sorry. Look, what the hell is the dog doing? But it's an invaluable tool for stress. You know what else? Since it does help you gain clarity over your thoughts and feelings, it can really help you resolve disputes with people. So how do you start? It's really just as simple as go get a little cheap ass notebook and put it, I don't know where you want to put yours. I like to keep mine by my bed. I like to write in it at night because then I can get my day off my chest. But maybe you want to write in the morning, so you put it out, I don't know, on your I almost said on your nightstand, but that's where I keep mine because I do it at night. But maybe you want to put it out next to your chair that you have your coffee in the morning. Maybe you want to put it on your kitchen table. I don't know, wherever you got to put it to remind you. You need that to remind you to do it. But just write quickly, write without inhibition. And you know what? It's okay if you sit there and just think, well, crap, I got this big empty page. I have no idea what to write. I've even started a page with that before. The most important thing to remember is there's no rules. Just don't overthink it. It's kind of like meditation. It's super simple, and yet we complicate the hell out of it. But yeah, I really think this is great, cheap therapy. Now, my recommendation, and this is just based on my own experience, this is not from Psych Central. If I really had a rough day and I get it all off my chest and it's all out of my notebook and this sucks and whatever I got to get off my chest and I get it all out there, well, it's off my chest, but now it's also a little fresh in my mind. So if I'm not careful being, and this could just be me, but the kind of person that I am, I'll start ruminating and stewing and ruminating and stewing. So after I get my day off my chest, I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for every day. Why? Because that flips that switch. And now I've gotten all that negativity off my chest. It's out on the paper. And now I've said something positive. So I flip that switch into my head to where it's easier for me to set all that negativity aside. And it's a lot easier to lay down and I don't really want to say attempt to sleep because that's so negative, but it's attempt to sleep because I have a lot of problems with sleep. But it's just a good idea to end it on a positive note. But anyway, that is all I have. And I think you guys probably saw a little bit of my mess behind me, but you know, I have packed and unpacked this room I don't know how many damn times. And I'm kind of in the middle of, well, I guess an unpacking again. Anyway, I appreciate y'all's time, truly. I came this close to talking about grief today, but I decided at like 4:59 and a half that I just wasn't up to it. So I hope you guys liked the journaling talk. I don't know why you'd have any questions, but I mean, maybe there is. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird space right now. So, but if you have any questions, drop me a line on Twitter. I try to be very responsive. I have no idea what the hell else I usually say. So have a great night. I'll be back Wednesday at 5 o'clock.